Hello, my name is Megan. I am a media studies student, which is why I'm doing this, and this is my first production log. So first off, I decided with my production logs, I do want to do a video, but I will also be writing underneath it like a more condensed version of what I've been talking about because I seem to ramble quite a lot. I will go on, and I'll go on to a completely different topic before realising that I've done that and then have to go back. So, I mean, look, I've already spent like 30 seconds talking about nonsense, but yeah, so that's why I'm going to be writing it underneath so that I can think out what I'm going to talk about in the video, and also so that the people can actually read about it rather than listening to my boring voice. So you have a choice. I'm very kind and I've given you a choice of how you want to look at my production log. So my production log is, as you should know, where I talk about what I've been doing for my media coursework during the week. This log was written on my 14th lesson, 13th and 14th because I have a double period of media. So I don't know how many weeks I've been back, but I counted it was my 14th lesson, and I feel like I've done both loads and none, but I think I'm pretty on track. I mean, I'm getting everything on time, so that's quite good. So I've already done my preliminary task, which is we had to make a school magazine, and I used InDesign for it, which we have to use for our actual media coursework. So I got to remind myself how to use it because I've only used it very briefly for a French project I did where I had to make a fashion magazine, and I made one called Steam, but it was STEM in French, I think it was, and it was a steampunk magazine, and I was the model for my cover in a steampunk outfit, which was awesome. And but yeah, that was the last time I used InDesign, and it was very brief, quick. This is how you do text. This is how you stick that in. Here's a cool font. Bam, done, go. And it wasn't a proper thing. It wasn't going towards anything. So it was just a fun homework task. So yeah, that was the last time I used InDesign. So I got to relearn how to do that. And what else did I use? I also got to use the source cameras, which was really good because although I made my form levers video, I didn't get to touch the camera because the girl I was with didn't trust me. But yeah, so I got to acquaint myself with cameras, which was really good. I got to learn how to use Wordpress because I'd never used Wordpress. I've used Blogger, but not Wordpress. And I actually prefer Wordpress so much. It makes everything look lovely. I really like the layout and everything. But so yeah, I got to use InDesign again, use the school's cameras and learn how to use WordPress, which were all really useful to me, especially because yeah, that is what we're using for our actual coursework. And yeah, it was fun with especially doing it with the photos and modelling and everything because I've never really done that before, and I'm not a very assertive person, but I can't speak. I'm not very assertive, but I feel like that was a good exercise for me to go, you need to go here and do this because this is what I need, and I think that's a really good skill in general to have, actually ordering and directing people about. So that was really good, and it has made me really excited to start my magazine. I mean, I've been excited since the beginning of finding out what we were going to be doing, but I am really excited, and because I really like being creative, and I have so many ideas for what I want to do, and yeah, I'm just really excited to do it. So I've done that, and I've also started doing my research. So far, I have done my front cover analysis, my contents page analysis, and I'm about to start doing my feature, double page feature analysis, and I'm doing NME, Kerrang and Q because I want my magazine to be a rock magazine. Even though I think Kerrang is the most rock magazine of all of them. I mean, NME kind of is, but their most recent cover had Robert Pattinson on it. and Q I think is mixed because Dave Grohl, he was on the cover of NME and Q, and I mean Foo Fighters I guess is rock, but I wouldn't, it's more of an alternative sound I think. It's not what you really expect when you hear the word rock music. I feel like it's quite like Aerosmith. I mean Aerosmith is classic rock, but I mean, I don't know. But yeah, so I analysed those. I need to go back with it, and that's something I'm going to do now, is go back to my feature, my PowerPoints, and underneath them talk about how they've helped me to make my magazine, and lots of them have given me loads of ideas. Kerrang is severely going to influence my magazine, definitely. NME parts of it I want to take, and Q I really liked the layout for it, so that's how, with the contents page I liked the layout, so I think that will influence me a lot. I was expecting to find the analysing hard because, I don't know, I'm finding, I always assume that the examiner knows what I mean when I say something and I don't explain enough, but it was very similar to doing ICT, and I think I've now learnt to explain how it will affect the reader and the viewer of the magazine and things like that. I think I did quite well with it, and yeah. So I now at the moment I'm coming up with the name for my magazine. I'm trying to, and I've started a notebook on OneNote, which is a computer program to help me put all my ideas together. So I've started looking at pictures that I want to recreate. So My Chemical Romance is one of my favourite bands, so I do want to recreate some of their iconic photo shoots, such as there's one that is being labelled the Blood photo shoot, which was involving blood, lots of blood. And yeah, I want to recreate a few My Chemical Romance photo shoots. I've also started trying to look for models, trying to come up with band names, bands I want to include. I have found quite a few models. I've started asking for pictures that I could take, and it is currently getting quite full, which I think means that it should be good, hopefully. I should have everything I need, and what I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to at some point start my proposal properly, because I've done a bit, so you could count it as the present, but I do want to do that fully and nicely so that I can get all my ideas on paper and to fully understand what my magazine actually is, because although I have so many ideas, obviously I can't incorporate all of them in the magazine without it being an absolute mess. So I am having to, I'm going with the proposal, I'm going to have to do it so I can put all my ideas in the right place. So yes, that is my production log number 1. It was very long, and I apologise. It is going to be incredibly boring, but if this is too long for you, literally just look underneath this video in the WordPress thing and it will tell you everything that I've just said. But yeah, that's what I've been doing so far, and that's what I'm going to be doing in the future, and I'm sorry that this was so long and boring and everything else, but yes, I'm going to be doing this every week. Yay! Such fun for you all. Okay, cool. That was my thing. That was my production log. My first one. Be proud of me. I don't know what I just did. Okay, goodbye.